Alright, so today we're going to be doing a video of changing a tire on a 2005 Ford F-250 Super Duty 4-wheel drive. Purpose of this video is because we are using a bottle jack. Now, as you may or may not know, bottle jacks are not very safe. So, one thing you want to do is make sure your parking brake is on, that's for sure. Get yourself a block of wood if you're on soft ground, and just go ahead and grab your bottle jack here. And what you're going to want to do is look for a nice secure spot. Now right here, I believe Ford recommends on their jacks even to use this right here, just by the front rear here. So use that. Make sure you try and, if your bottle jack supports it, take as much of the room out as you can, because then this way you can lift your truck higher. It'll make it so much easier on you to take your tire off that, and then you can use it to kind of position yourself. Now see here, what you're going to want to do is make sure you're 100% level, because these things do fall, and I don't know about you, but I don't want 7,000 pounds landing on me while I'm changing a tire. So we're going to go ahead and make sure that's nice and tight and snug and everything's secure. See, I'm applying just general force, nothing's really down on it yet. So we're going to go ahead and jack this up and we'll continue from there. Alright, so now got ourselves jacked up a little bit. As you can see, the tire is still touching the ground. The purpose of this being is because when you go to take your tire off, if you're using something like the tool they provide, the breaker bar, you're going to want some contact with the ground. I could probably pick it up even more here. But you're going to want some contact with the ground. Keep it from spinning when you're trying to break those lugs free. I'm going to be using an air wrench, so it's not much of an issue. So I'm just going to go ahead and jack this way up so it's up off the ground. But it's just a helpful tip when you're doing it on the go. Like say you're broken down on the side of the road or something. It's a nice little trick to know. We used to do this on a lot of our trucks when we used to break them free, because the tire will roll. Your front tires, there's nothing to keep them there unless you have somebody in the cab holding their foot on the brake to keep the tire from rolling. Now I'm going to get this quite a bit ways up here because it's going to make it easier, but once you get the tire loosened, you can jack it up the rest of the way. See how much room's under there? The tire will spin. So, as you can see, the reason why this one's coming off is belts. This tire was a crappy tire, so it wore kind of funny, so we're just going to go ahead and pull it off and put the spare on until we can get new ones. Alright, so now next we're going to be doing breaking the lugs. Now once you get yourself jacked up here, second thing you're going to want to do is pop your hub cover off. This is plastic, usually, so be careful, don't break it. And you're going to want to find a fitting socket to break your lugs free. I don't think crisscross pattern necessarily matters once you're taking them off. So you're just going to go ahead, I'm going to do crisscross anyway. Alright, so should have get them out. Keep your lugs. I like to store them in your hub cover, so keep your lugs able to find them, because you don't want to lose these. These things, from what I heard, these things are pretty damn expensive, so you don't want to fucking lose these. Come on. And from here, you're going to want to grab your spare. Alright, so Once you get your spare out, now is definitely the time. That if you have any little kids outside or anything, tell them to go inside. Don't come around the truck, whatever. Because I can't emphasize this enough. Whatever you do, do not trust a bottle jack. Any jack in general. Something can go wrong at any moment. So, do not trust your tire or your bottle jack or any jack in general. So now we're going to go ahead and stick the tire on. I'm going to show you a little trick that I don't recommend anyone doing, but considering I'm feeling confident, I'm going to do it. So, once you get your tire wheeled up here, for people that can't necessarily lift or are too weak to lift, I can lift these tires just on my own fairly easy. What you're going to want to do is get your leg, both sides, kind of pinch the tire, and kind of pick it up, line yourself up with your threads. Just kind of use your leg to hold the tire there. Now, as I said, do not trust your bottle jack. It's not the safest thing in the world to be trusting. So, if your spare tire has any cinder on it like ours does, just kind of generally wipe most of it away. Won't necessarily affect it. But then what you're going to want to do, once you get back to go and put your tire on, put your lugs on. Now the thing about these make it so loosening's kind of hard, so it's kind of hard to screw these up, but you see this? This kind of keeps them from, once there's a lot of pressure down, kind of keeps them from spinning loose, because this will bite down into the rim, especially on the aluminum ones. You'll see the marks sometimes after years and years of tightening them up and loosening them, changing your tires if you've had the truck for a long time. Like this thing's been around since '05, obviously. We've had quite a few tire changes on this. We haul a lot of weight with these trucks, so tires, we go through tires pretty damn quickly with that extra weight being added to it. This is a 3/4 ton, so we usually just about generally put about a ton on it, even though we're not supposed to. It's more than capable. I believe we have 1 ton rear springs, so it's the equivalency of a 1 ton as long as all the weight's in the rear. But the front is all stock, the shocks and everything. So gonna go ahead and finish getting these on here. I'm gonna go ahead and fill my air compressor up, and we're going to tighten these down. Alright, so now that air compressor is filled, what you're gonna want to do is work yourself in a crisscross motion. I find it easier to put one of the lugs down towards the bottom so I know where I'm tightening, but you're going to want to go in a crisscross motion like so. Alright, so once you get all your lugs generally tightened down, you're going to want to go around in the same crisscross motion and keep tightening them until they stop. Don't over tighten them or don't under tighten them. Alright, so last step, put your hub cover on, line it up with a couple set of the lugs, just push it down, and you're ready to roll. Put your flat or damaged tire back underneath with the spare, and you're all good to roll.